My name is Emily. I am 25 years old. I am a woman. I am married. And I am pregnant. For many years, I dreamed about becoming a mother. Every month, I hoped. Every test I took was negative. I cried quietly in the bathroom, not wanting Mark to see me sad again. He would hug me and say, "Next time, maybe." But I could see the disappointment in his eyes too. We both wanted a baby so much. We went to doctors. We tried new diets. We prayed. We held hands in hospital waiting rooms, trying to stay strong. And year after year, nothing happened. Time passed slowly. Our home was quiet. Every room felt empty. I kept a small room ready for a baby. A soft blanket, a teddy bear, and a rocking chair. I believed one day it would happen. I believed in love, in hope, and in miracles. Mark changed slowly. At first, he was kind, patient, and hopeful like me. But after years of no success, he grew cold. He didn't smile as much. He stayed late at work. He stopped asking me how I felt. We stopped dreaming together. Then, one morning, I felt different. I felt tired, but not in the usual way. I felt dizzy. My heart told me something was different. I took the test again, not expecting anything. But this time, it was positive. I stared at the 2 lines for a long time. I couldn't breathe. My hands shook. Tears ran down my face. I waited for Mark to come home. I had planned a little surprise. I put the test inside a small box with a note that said, "You're going to be a dad." When he opened it, he looked surprised. He smiled, but only for a second. Then the smile faded. He hugged me, but it didn't feel warm. It didn't feel real. I thought maybe he was just shocked. Maybe he needed time. But after that day, everything started to change. Mark became distant. He didn't ask about the baby. He didn't come to doctor's appointments. He started coming home late. He spent more time on his phone. I noticed he would smile when reading messages but would hide the screen when I walked into the room. One night, while he was in the shower, I picked up his phone. My heart was beating fast. I wasn't the type to snoop, but something didn't feel right. I saw her name, Sarah. The messages between them were full of love, kisses, and promises. My hands went cold. I sat on the floor, not knowing what to do. I waited until the next morning. I asked him, "Who is Sarah?" He looked at me in silence. Then he said, "I didn't want this to happen." He told me they met at work. He said it started as friendship, but then feelings grew. He said he was confused. He said he didn't know if he loved her or me. I cried all day. I looked in the mirror and didn't recognize myself. I was carrying his child, and he loved someone else. I tried to fix things. I cooked his favorite meals. I wrote him letters. I bought baby clothes and showed them to him, hoping he'd feel something. But he was gone, emotionally. A week later, he left. He said he needed space. He said he was sorry. But he didn't come back. I was alone. I went to doctor visits by myself. I listened to the baby's heartbeat with tears running down my face. I started talking to my baby. I said, "It's just you and me now." I decorated the nursery alone. I painted the walls light blue. I folded tiny clothes. I cried into the baby blanket. One evening, I saw a photo of Mark and Sarah online. They were on a trip together. He looked happy. He looked like he had forgotten everything. I felt broken. I screamed into my pillow. I wrote long letters I never sent. I told him about the baby's kicks, the first time I heard the heartbeat, the ultrasound photos. He never answered. The pain grew heavier. My belly grew bigger. I counted days until the due date. I held on to hope. I imagined one day he would return. I imagined he would come to the hospital, hold the baby, cry, and come back to us. But life doesn't always go that way. One night, I felt pain. Strong pain. I rushed to the hospital. The doctors looked worried. They told me to lie down and breathe. I held my belly and whispered, "Please stay with me." But the pain didn't stop. I closed my eyes and hoped. When I opened them again, I was in a hospital room. The doctor came in slowly. He sat next to me and said, "I'm so sorry. You lost the baby." The world stopped. I didn't move. I didn't speak. I felt like I was falling into a deep, dark hole. I went home to an empty crib. The baby clothes were still on the chair. I touched them with shaking hands. I cried for hours. Mark never called. Not even once. I started to disappear. I didn't eat. I didn't shower. My mom came to take care of me. She held me while I cried. She said, "You are strong. You will get through this." But I didn't feel strong. I felt like I had lost everything. Then one day, I picked up a pen. I wrote a letter to my baby. I told her I loved her. I gave her a name, Lily. Every day, I wrote a letter. I told her about the dreams I had. The songs I wanted to sing. The stories I wanted to read to her. I put all the letters in a box. I kept the baby clothes, the ultrasound, and the blanket. Slowly, I started walking again. I went outside. I looked at the sky and whispered, "Thank you for choosing me, even for a short time." I joined a support group. I met women like me. We cried together. We laughed at memories. We healed slowly. I started working at a women's center. I helped women who were alone. I shared my story. They told me I gave them hope. I began to dream again. I planted flowers in my garden. I painted pictures. I smiled at strangers. I took deep breaths and felt the sun on my face. I still light a candle every night for Lily. I still look at her photo. I still whisper her name. Mark never came back. But I don't wait anymore. I found strength inside me. I found love inside me. I became a woman who survived loss, heartbreak, and loneliness. And I'm still here. I walk with my head high. I carry my baby in my heart. Forever.